All right, guys and gals, this is Cody. Cody is a training pony that is going to be here at Dizzy J for the next 30 days. Some background on Cody is that he is a very well-loved pony, but he's a little bit skittish. So our primary goals are going to be to get him a little bit more calm and relaxed. This is his first day in this environment, so it's going to be tough for him to be relaxed with everything going on. And he's skittish in general. So to get him a little bit calmer and to introduce him to a variety of things that might make him a little bit nervous, as well as introducing him to the saddle and bridle. So this is Cody's first day at the farm and his first night of work with us. So stay tuned for his progress. Okay. So the first thing I'm doing with Cody is just seeing if he knows how to move off of pressure. So I'm going to give him a direction to go. So right now I'm asking him to go off, and he is going to be crowding me instead. He says I can walk on you. Would that work well for you? And I'm going to send him off. He's going to kind of keep crowding me. At this point, my biggest goals are to have him not run me over and to start heading out the direction I'm asking. 1, 2, 3, try. 1, 2. As you can see, he's trying to push into me. That's not an uncommon thing to see with a horse that is a little bit nervous and disrespectful. Right now, I don't think he's so much trying to be disrespectful as he's just not sure exactly what I'm asking. So what I do is anytime he runs into me, he's going to run into this whip. So it's not me pursuing him with a whip. It's me saying, hey buddy, if you come in here to step on me, you're going to get a little push in your tummy. Because even if he's nervous about what's going on around him, he still should not run me over, right? That was a better one. Okay, so he started with making contact with me, and now he's closer than I would like him to be, but he's not pushing into me on each revolution, which is good. Now, to set him up for success, I'm going to move him a little bit away from the pig pen, because being by the pig is something that would make any horse a little bit nervous. So we're going to move him a little bit further away, and then I'm going to ask him again to move out. So I ask first with my hand, and then I kind of tell him with the whip, say, hey, up you go. And you can see, Cody really doesn't know what he's doing. He's kind of trying to change direction. He's trying to kind of change direction, stop where he's going. Up, up, up. So to help him, again, kind of figure out what I want, I'm putting my whip as a physical barrier in between me and the horse. To help him remember, if he comes in too close to me, he's going to get a little pull. And now, he's starting to kind of figure it out. Oh, good boy. He's starting to kind of figure it out. He's moving out a little better away from me. Good boy. Good boy. Now I'm gonna just let him stand away from me for a little bit so he's not right on top of me. And we'll let him think about it for a little bit before we ask him to go out the other direction. The other thing I'm going to want to do is I tapped him a couple different times with the whip to kind of tell him to move out. And so what I want to do is reintroduce that whip to him and let him know that the whip is not going to eat him. It's not there to be mean to him. It's there just as an extension of my arm because he was getting a little bit close. He was getting a little bit close and a little reactive. So I just want to, again, go back over, since I did spank him a little bit when he was crowding me, I go back over with my whip and I rub any spot where I might have spanked him so that he can realize that it's just part of the training. It's not me being mean to him. And you'll see as he starts to figure out how to stay out of my space, I won't even have to use the whip to remind him to scoot out a little bit. So now, as I'm doing this desensitization, I'm watching for what his ears are doing, for what his mouth is doing. I'm also watching for him not to give me those kind of startles and flinches of his body. When he starts to kind of calm down through that, then I will take this whip away. And he's already starting to do that. If I were to go down his legs, he would be a little bit more nervous, but that's super normal for a prey animal. He doesn't want me to take away his ability to run. That's the only way he has to protect himself. So I'm going to take it away, say it's no big thing. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to rub on him and love on him. I want Cody to think that hanging out with me is a fun activity. Right. Yes. So if he starts to walk off, that's no big thing. I just keep his head tipped towards me. And I rub on him and love on him a little bit. So letting him know that I'm not distressed if he moves away from me, but I'm not going to let him drag me. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. So now we're going to practice having him go the other direction for a little bit. So Cody is a smart cookie. He's already starting to stay out a little bit better as he goes around. He's not coming directly in on top of me. He still needs a tiny tap when he gets towards the chipboard wall over there. Not crowding. On this side, he's moving well. You're going to change in directions. Come on. Scoot up. When I have him stop, I want to make sure that he's squared up towards me. And again, I tapped him a little bit with that change in direction because he was wanting to crowd in a little bit more. So I need to go back again and tell him that this whip is no big thing. Not something I really want him to be worried about. Well, I don't want him to be worried about it at all. I want it to just be an extension of my arm. Something that's telling him where to go. So a lot of what I'm doing right now might look the same as when I'm sending him out. So we could say, does the horse get confused when I'm kind of rubbing on his belly with the whip right now versus when I'm sending him out and I'm wanting him to lunge. And so the difference is going to be the indicator of where my hand is. Everything that I'm telling him right now starts with my hand and my body, giving him a directional force. So when I'm asking him to lunge, you're going to see me lift my hand up and point out with my pinky. So I'm giving him a direction where I want him to be going. When I'm doing this desensitizing exercise, my hand and the rope is in at my belly button. I'm not giving him any indicator that I want him to go anywhere. I'm not chasing him off with my body. Right now I was pushing him back because he was crowding me. So I wasn't telling him to go anywhere except for out of my space, if that makes sense. So again, if I don't want him going anywhere, I'm gonna just have my hand into my tummy. He's licking right there, and what that means is he's thinking about what I'm having him do. That's what I want Cody to start doing. I want him to lick and chew like that. That means he's thinking about what I'm saying and he's getting it. He's getting that the whip isn't this scary, awful thing. I'm not just being naughty to him and making him do goofy things. Basically what my job is right now is to become the dominant horse in Cody's herd and to tell him where I want him to move and when. So I'm not being unkind to him, I'm just being firm and direct. Everything at this point should be black and white. You don't step on me, you stay out of my space, and you move when I give you a direction to move. So that's what we're working on right now. And in between, we want to, again, give him lots of loves. He's just a baby. He's between 3 and 4, so he doesn't know a lot of things, and he hasn't had a lot of groundwork done with him. So at this point, we have the bar set pretty low for him. Our biggest goal is that he be respectful and that he try for us, and he's doing all those things right now. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. So now that we've started to give him a directional impulse and telling him to go left and right, we're going to intersperse that with some desensitizing. You've probably seen when the rope of my handy stick touches his legs, he's a little bit jumpy. So we're going to start with a little bit of that desensitizing today as well. So that's what we're going to do next.